There are many reasons why players gravitate towards PokeMMO over the mainline Pokemon games. Some gamers prefer the community aspect of being able to play a Pokemon game with others. Other players prefer the increased NPC difficulty and harder shiny odds. And some people forego the Pokemon aspect altogether to focus on the MMO elements of the game, like the market. But for me, I love PokeMMO because it's a game that fulfills my 10-year-old dreams. I grew up on the Generation 3 to 5 games, and to this day, these are the games that hold the most nostalgia for me. But there was always one thing that didn't feel right. What if I could just not switch the cartridge around every time I wanted to go to a new region? My childhood dream was for a Pokemon game with multiple regions. And to this day, this is a common sentiment among mainline Pokemon gamers too. Now I know there's been some divine knowledge circulating around the internet recently, but I won't be making any comments about it because Big Pikachu does not play around like that. But my opinion on it is that any official MMO would be sensational. This was one of the main selling points that got me to play PokeMMO in the first place, and I've been obsessed ever since. So in today's video, we're going on a world tour. I'm going to hunt 5 different shinies from the 5 different regions available in PokeMMO. Let's see how we do. First up is the original region, Kanto. Lukewarm take, I personally don't hold Kanto as highly as most people. My bad, but even I can admit that the Generation 1 games just have that magic to it that just allows it to be so memorable. Now in terms of shiny hunting, I'm gonna be real with you. Kanto's shiny hunting spots are very weak compared to the other regions. While there are a lot of good horde hunts in the region, many of Kanto's single encounter hunts suffer from weaker uncommon spawns. Let me explain. To me, the quality of life of a single encounter hunt is carried by its uncommon encounter. Take Hoenn's Meteor Falls for example. You have Beldum, one of the most popular shinies, as the rare. And then you have Shelgon as the 5% lore encounter and Bagon as the uncommon encounter. All 3 of these shinies can't be found anywhere else in the game. So in total, you have about a 20% chance to obtain a rarer shiny that you can't really find anywhere else in the game. In contrast, let's compare this to Kanto's Route 3 Charmander. Charmander is the 5% lore encounter, but every other mon in this spawn pool can be found somewhere else as a 5x horde. So you either get the Charmander or you get a shiny that you could have more easily found somewhere else. And many of Kanto's single encounter spots suffer from the same thing. So let's go to one of the better locations that Kanto has to offer. This is the Pattern Bush in the Sevi Islands. It's one of the most popular spots to hunt for the roaming legendaries. The spawn pool is decent too, with a lot of people coming here to shiny hunt Heracross and Pinsir, 2 really solid swarm leads. I'll be back here eventually to commit to Heracross for the pink shinies collection, but we'll see what we get here first. Hopefully it's something good. Oh, Evil Bochi hit. I'm not gonna lie, I would have preferred the roaming legendary. I kinda need that Moltres for raids, but still, very pleasant surprise. Very pleasant surprise. Okay, green on green. Easy. These stats aren't half bad. We'll take it. We'll take it. Next up is Johto. Johto, as the region that PokeMMO most recently added, benefits from some of the best shiny hunting spots in the game, the Safari Zone, and of course, Mount Silver, which is the pinnacle of endgame in PokeMMO. Mount Silver can only be unlocked by catching every non-legendary Pokemon in the Pokedex. You'll know you did this correctly if your Pokedex entries are highlighted in green. Blue means you own the Pokemon, but you weren't the one that originally caught it. There are so so many benefits to unlocking Mount Silver, including the red fight, guaranteed Alpha Tyranitar spawn, access to the highest XP hordes to level in the game, and most notably the only location in the game to encounter a horde of Larvitar. Mount Silver is stacked in terms of content, and while I know a lot of people who don't really want to bother completing the Pokédex just because it's a hassle, if you ask me if unlocking Mount Silver is worth it to the average player, the answer is 100% yes. I actually figured it would be a decent time to actually level up a Ho-Oh rerun team. I've never actually done the rerun before. You unlock an incubator if you do it. Yeah, I've been egging on 7 out of 8 incubators this whole time. Oh, shiny! Let's go! Okay, this catch is decently scary if you do level here. A leveling Rampardos just doesn't survive against this horde for that long. Kinda mid, but we take it. Shinies are shinies. Next up is personally my favorite region in Pokemon, the Hoenn region. Now I know some of you guys have been fed some propaganda by that goofy red dinosaur to believe that Hoenn has too much water. But what I'm gonna tell you right now is that fishing for shinies in Hoenn is undefeated, and I could glaze Hoenn's water hunts all day, but the region's land-based hunts are equally as peak. Petalburg Prison and the Trico Shroomish hunt is easily the most popular shiny hunt in the game. I myself have been trapped in Meteor Falls for the last 4 months, trying to finish out Bagon and Beldum, but one underrated spot that I wanted to showcase today is Route 116. The home of Skitty and Delcatty. This is also the best spot to catch Ninkadas for the Shedinja hunt that we don't really talk about. Please, Q. I need this, man. Just this once. Just slide me this once. I will never complain about PokeMMO again. So I actually previously sent Evobochi, my evil twin with the better shiny luck, to catch me some Ninkadas on this route a while back, and in typical Evobochi fashion, that dude does not miss. Rare Master Ball usage. Oh my gosh. Master Ball, your time has come. No, not -1 Master Ball, okay? Master Balls are meant to be used. Even after this, I refuse to bring an Arena Trap mod. Okay, any guessers on what this nature could be? If it's any of the offensive natures, I mean, this is definitely gonna be our new synchronized mon. Calm, okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. It was definitely worth the Master Ball. 100%. Next up on our world tour is Sinnoh, arguably the least popular region in the PokeMMO community, most likely due to pacing issues, which I always thought was interesting. I owned both Diamond and Platinum as a kid, and do those games feel slower than the other Pokemon games do? Yes. But I've never considered it to be unplayable. I think the criticism makes sense from a MMO perspective though. Objectively, many of Sinnoh's cities are spaced out more than the other regions, and the storyline's pacing is on the slower side, but that's not exactly a bad thing. I think PokeMMO gets a lot more players that are more MMO-brained than Pokemon-brained, so their goal really isn't to enjoy the story to its fullest, it's to finish everything as fast as possible to reach the endgame content, which also isn't a bad thing, right? People have different playstyles after all. Sinnoh just put the fries in the bag. In terms of shiny hunting, Sinnoh's not half bad either. It has some very strong 3x horde spots with Baniri and Badu in Eterna Forest, the Pachirisu and Shinx spot in Valley Windworks, and the Ralts and Arceus spot in Route 209. Lots of strong spots for us to check out today, but I wanted something a little bit easier. Route 229, a little north of the resort area, is one of the best free horde hunts in the game, and has a split horde between Roselia and Purugly. Between these two, I would say my target would probably be the Purugly. One of these days, I would love to have a full collection of shiny cat Pokemon, just like my teammate Nyancat. That might actually be the next themed hunt now that I think about it. Need that. Definitely need that. Okay, nice, we got it. Finally got it. Evil Bochi has been hard carrying this hunt. I mean, I'm not complaining though. We knew his shiny luck was built like that. When it's time to go for the Glam Meow, I'll probably do that on the main account. Okay, not bad, not bad. I'm with that. Yeah, these stats are not half bad. And I actually asked Nyancat to do his shiny cat flex. Now this is the goal. Every cat shiny in PokeMMO. And our last stop on the world tour is the Unova region. I absolutely love everything about Unova, and I do consider Black and White 2 to be the greatest Pokemon game ever. Altogether, I think my personal ranking of all the regions would probably go Hoenn, Unova, Sinnoh, Kanto, and then Johto. And if you have your own personal ranking, I'd love to see it in the comments below. I've always thought of the Gen 5 shinies as underrated and undershunted, and I think that there are a lot of hidden gems that absolutely look amazing. But the hunt we're going to be closing our world tour out on is Zebstrika. It spawns as a 5x horde in the dark grass of Route 7, specifically this patch of grass right here. The funny thing is that for all the years that Unova has been in the game, this horde was actually not a thing. I actually made a whole YouTube short about it. It was always listed in the Pokedex but never actually spawned until the devs finally fixed it in mid-2025. I personally never saw that coming, but I am really happy that they finally fixed it. We've done a decent amount of Zebstrika so far. I don't really see this taking much longer though. We're around odds. Should be able to hit it soon. Okay, I've been one to educate others when they don't know what they're getting themselves into with the whole shiny odds thing in this game. But I'm not here to defend the 1 in 30,000 shiny odds with my life. Let's call it as it is, which is trash. PokeMMO shiny odds are trash, and we can sit here and glorify how hard work gets you through it and you just gotta be mentally tough to play this game, right? But no, I just spent 100 hours in trash. This game is well, it is what it is. On to the next hunt. For my troubles, a 6x31 would have been fantastic. Trust, this next hunt will be triple under odds. Believe it. Evil Bochi with his second 6-digit shiny. I wonder what he did to deserve that. PokeMMO stands out to me because it really does bring together the first 5 generations of Pokemon in a way that the official titles never could. I loved being able to travel across all the regions for this hunt, and beyond just the nostalgia, I really enjoyed the opportunity to re-experience my favorite games in a way that feels bigger and more meaningful. So thank you so much for coming along this journey with me, and I'll see you in the next one.